Am I live? I think I am. I think I am. I think I am. I think I am. I'll know for sure in a second. Customize your dash in live producer. Okay. Hey. Wait, I've been live for 5 minutes? No way. How can that be? I hope not. Hello. Okay, yeah, just now. My computer's weird. Hey, so remember last week when I was talking about um, Valentine's Day and what you struggle with, and I mentioned to you that I got a lot of um, feedback from that, and basically, I was answering the questions or the struggles that I was getting from men and women. And so that's what today is. Today is part two of that because one of the struggles that I got was the little clip that I gave you about feeling stuck. So here's what she writes. He has been with her since 2017. I haven't dated. I'm not even interested in anything. I am so stuck. I keep hoping he will love me again. Leading up to Valentine's Day, I think of all the things he is buying for her. She is younger than me and stunningly beautiful. He left me so broken, I can't find my way in life. So, that is what I'm talking to you about today of how to get unstuck. This is a common thing that women and men share with me all the time that they feel so stuck in from the past. So I wanted to bring that to you today. All right, let me just do one more share. Life after narcissism. Here we go. Okay. Um, so like I said, this is a common thing that people go through. They were in a relationship and they came out of the relationship and then they're hurt by the relationship. They're hurt by the breakup, they're hurt by what happened, what transpired, or what didn't happen, what didn't transpire, because when you're in a relationship and it gets serious, you were thinking of marriage, you were thinking long term, you were thinking this is forever, and when it doesn't turn out to be the way you had planned it to be, there's a lot of hurt and pain and heartbreak, and like your dreams are crushed. So the first thing that I want to share with you is that every single one of us has a dream of what our life is going to look like when we're little. So as little girls, we dream of, the white picket fence, the husband who loves us, the perfect family, the perfect house, the perfect life, um, the beautiful wedding, the dress that we're going to wear, all of those things we built up in our minds to be true. And when they don't come true, that's where the crushing comes in. That's where like literally the house folds. And that's really why it's so heartbreaking, because the dream that you had ever since you were little has in your mind been destroyed. Okay. Because even these relationships, when we've been lied to, when we've been cheated on, when we've been, you know, manipulated, controlled, and abused, the question is why am I still holding on to that? Why do I still feel stuck and I can't get out of that that feeling of wanting that life back when I was treated so badly? So that's really what it is. It's really, think of the you as the little girl, the little boy, and the dream that you had, the vision that you had of what love is, and then now that's destroyed. And so there's where the stuckness is. I'm stuck on the story that didn't come true, is really what it is. And so, how you get out of that is by first acknowledging those emotions, acknowledging those feelings, and letting them pass through you. So, don't suppress them, don't push them under the rug, don't cover them up with anger and resentment, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, he was such a effing bastard and I hate him. And then so the anger which is really just a layer of hurt and pain, is the only emotion that you're allowing yourself to feel. And so what it's doing is, like I said, it's a layer over hurt and pain. It's covering up the hurt and pain that you feel. So when you can go underneath the anger and allow yourself to feel the hurt and pain and let it come up and out, then you've released those emotions, right? And then once you release those emotions and realize that that's just a story in your head, that story of the way you thought that relationship was supposed to end up, the way you were supposed to end up, that was just a story in your head. And when you detach yourself from that story and say, hey, I can create a new story. This is not the end. This is not it. I remember when I came out of my relationship, there was such a, it was not catch 22, but it was, I'm thinking hot and cold. It was bittersweet. It was so bittersweet because yes, I was so glad to be out of that relationship, um, but I was also, uh, my dream that I wanted was gone. My marriage was gone. The, the fairy tale ending was no longer ever possible now, right? So raising our kids together, right? Being grandparents together, right? Being at the graduations together, being growing old together, and sitting on the rocking chairs on the front porch and reminiscing of the memories of what we did in our lives, and having the grandkids come over to one house, and all of that was gone. So that quote that I always post about, I didn't know what the future held, but I knew it was better than the past. That is true. So that's where the bittersweet comes in. I was like, yeah, I was sad that that was gone. And I did cry, and I did let all of the emotions out. Um, and that's part of letting it go as well, right? And so once you do that, that's how you release yourself, and then you're no longer stuck in the past. Because really what's happening is you're just stuck in the past story. And if you could just realize that that story is just that, it's just a story, right? And you can create a new story. You can have the life that you want. It just wasn't with that person. But also remember, you want to learn from that experience. As you heal, you'll learn from that experience and that person. Because even the toxic people, especially the toxic people, they show up in our lives for a reason. They're here for a reason. They're here to teach us something. They're here to show us what we need to learn about ourselves. And so if you can look at it like that, and look at that person like that, and go, okay, so what do I need to learn from this? Right? Even if you're still in the anger state, you can ask this question. You can say, just like surrender, surrender to your higher self, surrender to the universe, and say, hey, okay, I'm really pissed off. Why did I go through that? What do I need to learn from that? Why did that person come into my life? Right? And these are also great questions that you could ask while you're journaling. These are great questions for you to ask. Now remember, every time that I share with you these empowerment questions, remember the key to these questions is for you to stay in the curiosity of the question. Don't let your mind, your ego, we're all control freaks, right? The ego loves to control. So don't let your ego try to push its way in there and answer the questions right away. Does that make sense? So when you ask the question, you stay in the curiosity of the question. So a great example that I give to people is, like if you go to an unfamiliar store you've never been in, a grocery store, and you're looking for the brown rice, and you ask the clerk, where's the brown rice? And you don't know where the brown rice, and you're trusting this person to lead you, to guide you to where the brown rice is, and you're following, and then the clerk brings you to the brown rice, right? That's the curiosity that I'm talking about. Trusting and the curiosity that you are being led, that you are being guided, and to trust the process. So, all right. So that is what I would say about getting unstuck and breaking up with the stuckness in life. And this applies to everything. This applies to maybe the career that you thought was your dream career, or you know, relationships, or anything that comes in life that you think was the all out, you know, everything, and it didn't work out that way. Well, there's a reason why it didn't work out that way. There really is a reason. And so it's most beneficial for you to go through this process that I just explained, so that you can get to the other side of that. Okay. All right. So this is, I'm just going to do a series. This is part 2, because these questions that came need attention. They need specific attention. So that was Mari that I was addressing. And I have another one. My ex of 18 years cheated. I moved out of the state, and he continues to text and call me. He's with the woman he cheated. I'm truly broken. Definitely trying to stay prayed up and move on. But he calls every day or text. I truly want to move on, and I know I need help. I just don't know how to do that. Okay. All right, let me just tackle that for a second. So here's what the narcissist loves to do. That's called hoovering. Hoovering, when they hoover around, they hoover back around, right? Narcissists love to have their cake and eat it too. So this one is my ex of 18 years cheated. I've moved out of the state, and he continues to text or call. Okay, so the first thing I would say is change your phone number. If you have children together, email. And an attorney would say the same thing, because you don't want the ex to have such access to you. I suspect there's no children. Maybe the children are grown up if you've moved out of the state. So if that's the case, and the children are grown up, or you don't have children, change your phone number so that he can't text. Because narcissists love to have their cake and eat it too. So he's with the other woman that he cheated on you with, and he's still contacting you. So this is their way of like, so what they call it in the narcissistic, I call it the narcissistic lingo, is you're still his supply. He's still getting something from you, and they call it supply. So as long as the phone number is still active, you're responding to his text, you said, I'm truly broken. As long as you feel this way, even if he doesn't know it, and you still feel this way, he's still getting that supply from you. Okay. And in order for you to break away from all of the narcissistic abuse that you've been through for 18 years, and to move on from that, is for you to cut all ties with him. Because the first step in healing is for you to remove yourself from that energy, that person. And the longer that you remove yourself from that person and the energy of that, the healing begins. The healing begins because you're not in the abuse bowl, right? You're not being abused by him anymore. This is abuse. What you just described is abuse. The hoovering is abuse. He's with the other woman, and he's still contacting you. He calls every day or text. Abuse. So when you remove yourself from that, you're starting the healing process. The other thing that I would say to this is that once you disconnect your phone, get rid of that phone number, he can't contact you anymore through the phone number, and now you're not being in his bowl of abuse, right? He can't hoover. Then you start to dive deeper into your healing. So loving yourself, forgiving yourself, telling the truth about what happened. Even if you just write it pen to paper to yourself, you've got to get those emotions out, those feelings out, that story out. That's what I would say. This is Alicia that sent this in. So there's a couple more here that I want to address. So I'll do that in a part 3. Another one that says, I feel broken. I think I'm just going to do a whole video on how to not feel broken, because That's a common thread I'm seeing too. So this video addressed the two people, which was Mari and Alicia. And I hope it helped. I hope it gave you some insight. I hope it gave you tools that you can use. I definitely recommend that you watch this again so that you can write down all this stuff so that you can do it. That is the key to healing, is doing the things that you learn about. Just hearing about them, hearing about these things is one thing, but doing them is another thing. It's just like books. Books are great. Books give you so much information, like books about narcissism and how to heal. But if you don't actually do the things that they're suggesting that you do, you just know about it. That's it. You just know about it. You didn't do anything. And that doesn't benefit you. All right, my loves. I think we're going to pop on here tomorrow. Let me give you an invitation. This Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am doing a masterclass, and it's called 3 Keys to Love Again and Be Happier Now. And I would love for you to be there. So in this masterclass, it's 2 hours long. It's completely free. I'm going to leave the link below. All you have to do is put in your name and your email. And once you do, you'll get 3 keys to love, to having true love. I'm trying to find the link. Anyway, you will get an email with the details. And so what we cover in this is all these things, right? And we're going to do some of this stuff together on the masterclass. So if you feel broken, if you feel stuck, if you need some answers, I would highly, highly suggest that you come to this masterclass, because this masterclass is going to help you with that. 3 keys to love again and be happier now. Because the thing is we're humans and we want love. I mean, that's just normal. So I'm going to give you the insider secrets that I only share with my clients in this free masterclass. And I'm going to show you how I've helped countless women heal their hearts so that they can experience amazing true love. That is what you deserve. So we're going to go through these things. Plus, I'm giving away a free downloadable copy of my 12 traits to an empowered woman so that you can start showing up in woman energy and attracting a safe, secure, and loving man. That's the whole idea here, right? So I'll leave the link in the comments below. Again, all you have to do is put your name and your email address and boom, you're in, my loves. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.